So my intro just got deleted with the amount of takes I had to do to film my intro. So I'm going to talk to you guys. First and foremost, I do want to apologize for the lateness of this video. I had my plan scheduled all out, but recently I've been struggling more with my mental health, and that has bled into all aspects of my life, including my channels. This is going to look like two things on my channel. It's going to look like my emotions. So some days I'm going to be high, some days I'm going to be low, and it will show in my content. It definitely showed in my last video. I tried to film a lot, but I'm fine. I'm healing. I'm working through it, so that will show my videos, especially topics I might get higher emotions about sometimes, depending on how I feel. Second off, my uploading schedule will be off. I never had a consistent, but I had it planned out of how it works and how I want to have a more consistent basis. That's out the window right now. So it could look like this, where it's 2 days where you get a day, 2 videos a day. It could get where it's one's released on Monday, one's released on Tuesday, or it could be 3 or 4 days apart. I'm working to get a good consistency right now, but it's going to be all over the place for a little bit. So please keep that in mind. But all videos that I do have planned will be filmed and uploaded by the end of the month. I promise that. Now let's go ahead and talk about Frankenstein. Now, I have read the book, and that does taint my view a little bit. Now, I haven't read the book since 7th or 8th grade, but I do remember fragments of the book and the story, enough to be able to tell differences that's not quite right, that's not book accurate, or tell the differences of the book versus the movie. Not enough to be precise to where I can tell you exact things, but enough to understand or recognize, I don't quite remember that, but I know that's not right. I know that's different. So please keep that in mind when I'm talking about this movie.
Frankenstein tells the story of Victor Frankenstein telling a story to a sailor about what he has done and why he is where he's at. First off, let's talk about some pros. The first pro I want to give it is Elizabeth. I really like Elizabeth's character. I really liked her character throughout the movie, and I really liked the way they handle Elizabeth. Even though it is different in the book, I like that direction. I like that aspect of it. But I do think that is the best pro I can give when it comes to the story. We'll get into why I feel that way. But I do think this movie is shot really well, and I have nothing really bad against the actors. I think it was acted pretty well too. And I do like the visuals. I love me some good visuals. I love the little tower we got. I love that visual. I love the visual of this here. I really like that part of the movie personally. At the set design, like that a lot. Going into the mixed. Now I'm feeling pretty mixed overall in this movie. The mixed I want to give to Victor himself and his brother. I am very mixed on the character. Now this movie does not give an equal balance of Victor and the creature, and I know it's 2 hours long. I know that. But they don't give an equal balance of the creature and Victor. And I just wish we got more of an equal balance. Victor I'm also mixed on because I'm like, they did change a lot from backstory wise. Vague memories of the book right now I'm going off of. But feeling pretty mixed around his character. And then you have the creature. Now the creature was more violent in the book. I remember that. And I remember the difference with Elizabeth and what happens with that. I remember that aspect of it. But I'm very mixed on the creature's design. I'm very mixed on how the creature is handled. I do think that I wish they went more of the direction of the book, straight up. I wish they did, but they did not. They mishandled the book. They took away a lot from the book and what the message was, by a landslide. But we don't get equal balance, so we don't really get total understanding of the creature. The design, I've always been mixed on throughout the entire film. Like, I saw it, and the idea of where that came from, I'm like, I wish we saw more of the creation, which we didn't see a lot of the creation. I wish we saw more of the creation of the actual creature. And we didn't see much of that in the movie either, which I'm very disappointed by. As well as having the character throughout the movie and the lack of violence against the character, I feel like that took a lot, especially from what the book was trying to say. Now, people who have read the book are a lot more familiar with it, may have more negative review or more better understanding of the differences and how the film and what the book is exactly saying. But from where I stand, I wish they took more of the book from what I can remember. So overall, I'm pretty mixed on the creature and how they handled that. Going on to the negatives, they definitely took a lot from the story. They handled the whole thing with Elizabeth a lot differently, and I actually like the way they handled the Elizabeth part. Mainly it's because I like the character. But the rest of the story, I wish they handled better. They did an unequal balance of the character and his story. And the CGI, that is the worst of it all. Yeah, I'll start with the angel. We see the angel a total of three or four times. Worst every time. I swear. We saw the visual the first, I'm like, okay, worse, and like, ooh, that's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Angel, that was bad. Yeah, getting worse. Second was the fire. The CGI fire was bad, and it wasn't until we got one point. And now, if anyone has seen the Final Destination with the race car introduction and how that was terrible CGI, okay? That's what it looked like to me. I immediately thought of that. It was so bad on there. It was like exploding, and it was for a long period of time. I'm like, oh, that looks pretty bad. Ooh, that's pretty bad. It was bad. And I'm like, oh, yeah, pretty bad. And again, they also missed the point of the book, and I feel like they let out. And again, 2-hour movie. I wish they would have done better. More disappointed than anything. Going right into some spoilers. Spoiler section. You can skip ahead until you don't see spoiled on the screen if you don't want to hear it. Elizabeth. The creature originally kills Elizabeth in the book as revenge for what he did to the partner he made him that he made him to do. Yeah. And he doesn't make the partner here, and instead Elizabeth is killed by someone else because they thought the monster was trying to kill her or hurt her. And I don't hate that. I think the way they had that character and the way she took him out, I guess, saving her, taking her from that, I didn't entirely hate. But yeah. And the creature, like I said, was more violent in the book, which I wish they took more out of that, but they did not, of course. But overall, I think the story and the ending, I'm very mixed on the ending as well. I'm more mixed on anything. The way they had him just getting off the ship and you see a head, I do not remember the ending of the book. For the life of me, I do not remember the ending at all. But I know it's different. I know the ending is completely different. I just can't remember what it is. So overall, I am feeling pretty mixed. I think as someone who doesn't know the book very well or hasn't read it in years and going off vague memory, I can see it as more of a mix. But I think people who have read the book or have a better depth understanding can give a better explanation of the differences. But comment down below if you're gonna go see the Frankenstein or if you have seen Frankenstein, what you thought of it. Maybe some Frankenstein book readers or fans of the book, comment down below about what they thought of it, because me reading the book and what I remember definitely did impact what I thought about it. So comment down below what you thought of Frankenstein, and I'll see you soon with a new video.